Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sisipo. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. So if you are new to this channel, please do the right thing and subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, hello. Thank you so much for coming back onto this channel. Now, as you can see, today I'm not alone. I have my very good friend joining me today. This is the first of many that are coming. I am planning to have more of them coming. I've actually decided to go and start a friendship series where I have a couple of my friends coming over and we are just going to be talking about friendships, relationships, the fun stuff, So I will let her introduce herself to you and then we'll get right into this video.
Hello everyone. My name is Iets, and as she had mentioned, we are friends, and yeah.
Yes. Is that all you have to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So I tricked her into this. She had no idea that when she is here, I was gonna do this. And one of our friends already knew that this is what I was planning to do. So okay. Surprise! This is what you get for being friends with content creators, guys. Ooh. We think on the spot and we are creative like that. So without wasting any more time, I want us to get to the questions, and I kept them a secret so that, to make it more fun. So the first question goes, how and when did you meet?
We met 2017. It was around March, and you were a BV on a mutual friend's show. And I happened to be dressing the artist, as I'm a fashion designer, and we somehow clicked, and I happened to promise her a makeup bag that I have yet to buy.
She has not bought, and she's gonna buy me a bigger one because now my makeup needs a suitcase. Yeah. That is how big it is.
So we've been friends since. Yeah.
All right. We met backstage. Met backstage through Aya and Uluko because she was dressing them and she was not dressing me. She didn't even know me from anywhere. So okay, but afterwards, I think you went on and dressed me for like forever.
Every other occasion, yes.
Yeah. So that is how we met, and it's a good thing you remember the year because I couldn't remember. Okay. So what was your first impression of me?
Okay, as soon as you walked in, you were smiling. And I thought to myself, okay, she's one of the nice ones. And in my defense, when we met, I was expecting and I was going through all sorts of emotions. So I was just not in my kindest of spaces. But she just exuded this love and energy that was strange to me at the time, but it was also nice and comforting. And I think that's what I like most about her. And she smiles. And she hugged me. And I believe everyone that knows me, I've never been much of the affectionate. Yeah. So yeah, that's how she just stood out. And we've been friends ever since.
My first impression of you, though, you were very nice. The funny thing is that you're actually very nice, and I found out later on that you are not always the nicest person, but you're actually very nice because you said you'd buy me a makeup bag, which you still haven't bought 3 years later. But she was actually very nice, and because she said she'll buy me something, automatically I had to like her. And she dressed my friends up with the nicest clothes. So, I had to be friends with that person. Okay, so what is your favorite memory of us together?
Wow. Okay, there's quite a lot.
Okay, let me go first.
Okay.
Just to let you think a bit.
Okay.
My birthday last year. My 28th birthday. You surprised me. She surprised me with a gift. She brought me cake. I did not even plan to buy cake on my birthday. She bought me cake, she bought me sushi, and she bought me shoes, which I love very much. I still love that pair. Like, I don't want to wear it anyway. I think I only wore it to work once, but I don't wear it anyway. It's a special pair of heels, and I love it. Very comfortable, and that is actually one of my fondest memories, when she came here on my birthday and she spent some time with me. One of the best moments.
I honestly cannot pin it down to just one. Well, everyone that knows the two of us knows that I have a 3-year-old son who happens to be her son more somehow. And I think every time she showed up to help me with the baby and everything, all of those moments, those experiences, and most times she actually showed up to actually calm me down from just losing my mind. And when I was just throwing tantrums and just angry at the entire planet. So I honestly cannot just pin it down to one memory. It's like her entire existence is just one beautiful fond memory of, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's a simple.
Yeah, I think that season of our lives, I think it set the tone for the rest of our friendship, because we spent a lot of time together when you had just had a baby, more than we had before you had a baby.
Yes,
we spent a lot of time together. Then I lost my job, and then I spent all my time with you. I literally woke up from my house, got my daughter ready for school, and took a taxi to her house. Imagine, I was broke, but I made sure to go to her house every single day. Another thing, actually, that I have to point out, I did say this on your birthday. I wrote it down.
Which was yesterday.
She carried me, like literally carried me financially. Like, I have never experienced this from a person who's not even related to you. It was the first time I had experienced that, because she has a business, and she's a designer. She makes clothes, but she actually had me be part of the whole thing, and then she gave me a portion of whatever she was making from the dresses that we were selling. So I had the responsibility of marketing the dresses, and then from whatever we got, she would give me some money. And that is something that I'd never experienced from a person that I'm not related to, because that is usually the relationship that I have with my sisters. So I think that is also what makes our friendship special, because it's not just a friendship epelapa estradweni. It is a friendship that goes beyond that. Like, our families, we share our families. Like, we literally share our siblings, we share our parents. That is the relationship that we had. So enough about the fun stuff now. I think I just want to get that one out of the way. But I just want you to just share with the people, because I'm doing this series so that we can teach people also about friendships, and about like expectations that they have in friendships. Like, what does friendship, like godly friendship, look like? So in your view, what do you think is the most special thing about like the friendship that we have? Ne? I think because there are a lot of friendships. You have friendships with other people, as funny with the friendship that we have. We are more, and I think there's something special about our friendship. So just share a bit, Jay. What do you find special about the friendship that we have?
What sets our friendship apart is the fact that both of us are people that hear from God. We both have a relationship with the Holy Spirit. And our friendship is the kind where the other sees God through the other one's actions. It's not about what I can get from her, but I get to allow God to use me in her life. Not because it's a situation where I'm bargaining with God, where I get to say, okay, if you let me do this for Sisipo, and then I hope you'll do this for me. But it's about loving and being so giving, and just being a nurturer to a friend, only because you want that person to see God through you. And I'm not saying this because we are always serious and all of that, but even the fun aspect of our friendship is just based on what God is somehow doing in our lives. And sometimes we actually find out after certain experiences that, okay, that was God actually teaching me something through this. That was God saying this. That was God confirming this. And honestly, wouldn't trade this friendship for anything, because it is very rare to come across anyone that God can speak through.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we want to see stronger signs. Sometimes even wish to hear God's audible voice. Do this, do that. This is how this and that is going to work out. But to me, it's happening in the form of a friendship. In the sense that we can go on for an entire week without saying without talking about anything related to God or whatever. But you find that she went through something that I was busy praying for the previous week.
Yeah.
And I actually wish more people had such friendships. We honestly would survive a whole lot. And I just feel like, when God wants to bless you, he gives you friends like these. It doesn't even have to be material things, but it's relationships that even feed our souls and just keep us happy and focused on what God is doing, because that God speaks through this friendship or through this person. Yeah.
Okay. For me, I think being able to share the ministry that God has given to both of us is something that is very special, and something that I don't see often, and I've never really experienced it with other friendships. I'm only beginning to see it with other friendships now, but I think with us it happened way before I experienced it with the friendships that I have. So like I would speak to you concerning my ministry, and she is one person who pushes me to follow what God has called me to do more than anyone else. I'm sorry guys, but I have to admit, she is the one person who is pushing me, like literally, because gamanye maxesha I really don't feel like doing anything, and she would remind me like, girl, what is happening with young women of godly nature? When are we meeting? When is the next camp? Where is the next this and that? And from those things you actually get to understand ukuthi my ministry is not just for me or other people, but iqala with the friendships that I have as well. So if God has called me to do something, it's not necessarily for abantu who are far, but it must first touch the people that I am with, because otherwise, like, it doesn't make sense if the people that I'm with, like whatever I have, I it's not poured out to them, so I really, really appreciate that. So also what I have learned to understand in friendships in general, okay, in the different friendships that we have, is that friendships are zifani, and friendships have seasons as well. Because I remember when we met, we didn't see each other often, and then there was a season where God allowed us to spend days together, weeks, months together, and after that sapinda, like we had like time apart where we had to grow apart, but we kept the communication going, but you had to go through certain things on your own, and I had to go through certain things on my own, and that has taught me ukuthi there is no formula to friendship. No. There's no formula to friendship. Everything that is happening in our lives has seasons. Utiko wants to teach us things, seasons that we are encountering. And that is very important for anyone to realize. Just because I was there for you in that particular season does not necessarily mean that when I am going through the most, you necessarily have to be there. Sometimes Utiko has put someone else for me in that particular season, and it is okay.
And I also have to understand and not feel like I'm being rejected because now she's focusing on other things and some other people are there for her. And it's actually not that difficult.
It's not.
When you actually understand
it's not
the dynamics of such friendships.
Yeah. I think also it had to take a certain like maturity from us, because even when I tell you something like say you don't take offense, but well, I wish you would have told me like earlier or whatever. You just take it from there and we run with it. Whatever needs to happen happens after that. And I would call like any animosity or bad vibes between us. And I think the same with you as well, because I understand you have other people that you are friends with. You'll tell Utando first, and then I will find out later, and that is okay, because friendships differ, and whatever thing you discern. I think with us there's a lot of discernment that goes into it, because I remember just recently I was sharing something with you, like I shared a very proud moment with you. I knew you would be one of those people who would celebrate with me, and I chose to do it that way and not over the phone, because I understand you, and I know what it would do to me as well, because first of all, I hadn't felt close to emotional before, even though I knew everything. I think I was just focused on working, and then when you showed like that emotion, I wanted to cry. But it was very beautiful. So with that being said, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you also for agreeing to do this video, like on the spot, guys. Like, it's not scripted, nothing.
I was bullied into doing this, and it's okay.
I actually love the soft hair now. If you know her, you know she's not this kind of person. She would have told me where to get off if she was another Iets. But I love this new Iets, and it is because of something that is happening that we will not divulge on this channel. The people that know what is up. So I love you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like this video. Let us know what you think about friendships. Let us know what it is that is happening in your circle and how you feel about some of the things that we have discussed today. And I will see you in my next video. Bye now.